I'm excited to tell you about the world's #1 expanding garden hose and their brand new product, the Pocket Hose Ballistic. Every time I've worked on lawn care or landscaping, the hose always has been the most frustrating part, until this one. It's lightweight, doesn't kink, and actually makes watering simple. I've dealt with plenty of heavy, tangled garden hoses over the years doing lawn care and landscaping, and this is easily the most manageable hose I've handled. The Pocket Hose Ballistic is reinforced with a liquid crystal polymer used in bulletproof vests, making the anti-burst sleeve practically bulletproof, and that liquid crystal polymer fiber is actually 5 times stronger than steel. And Pocket Hose carries over 100 patents worldwide. And now, for a limited time, when you purchase a new Pocket Hose Ballistic, you'll get a free 360-degree rotating pocket pivot and a free thumb drive nozzle. Just text MC911 to 64,000. That's MC911 to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. Text MC911 to 64,000. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, sweetie, your mother showed me this Carvana thing for selling the car. I'm going to give it a try. Wish me luck. Me again. I put in the license plate. It gave me an offer. Unbelievable. Okay, I accepted the offer. They're picking it up Tuesday from the driveway. I haven't even left my chair. It's done. The car's gone. I'm holding a check. Anyway, Carvana, give it a whirl. Love ya.
So good, you'll want to leave a voicemail about it. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.
This episode is tied together by something all of us are supposed to protect. Innocence. The voices you're about to hear come from moments where ordinary lives suddenly collided with fear, panic, confusion, and chaos. And in many of these calls, the people at the center of it all were children. Some moments are heartbreaking, some are terrifying, and some will stay with you long after the call ends. Welcome back to Music City 911. Port St. Lucie, Florida is the kind of place people move to for peace and quiet. Palm trees, neighborhoods filled with families, kids riding bikes through cul-de-sacs. The kind of place where most people assume the worst thing they'll deal with is traffic or a bad thunderstorm rolling in off the coast. But behind closed doors, sometimes problems build for months, quietly, until one day they explode. And on the morning of May 11th, 2026, that explosion happened. Not because of some random act of violence, not because of a home invasion, but because of something far more common and far more dangerous. Domestic violence.
911, you need police, fire, or an ambulance?
We just lost. We came to my auntie's house because my cousin is moving out. There's some people dead. We need people here.
Okay, what's the address?
I don't know. What's the address?
What's going on?
I don't know. They've been going through a divorce. The kids came. Oh my gosh. The kids came home. We came here because my cousin, she used to live with them, but she's moving out. We came to help her get her stuff. And so the kids came out of the garage. We see them come, and then the little one, the one that goes to school, this is my one. The one that goes to school, she tells us she saw her dad laying on the floor, and she saw blood.
Are you with him?
No, they're inside. We're outside.
How many people are on the floor?
There's 2 people on the floor. It looks like they shot each other, but I don't know.
I have to get you to fire rescue. Stay on the line.
Okay.
Fire rescue, what is the address of your emergency? All right, listen. And okay, are both of them shot?
I don't know, it looks like it.
Okay, hold on. Take a deep breath for me, okay? I'm going to need, first off, how old are you?
I'm 18.
Okay, and are there children there inside the home too?
Yeah.
I need you to.
They're all outside with us.
Okay, as long as they're outside, okay? What happened? What did you come home to?
Me and my cousin and my mom, we came here to help my cousin move out because we used to live with them. And They were already going through a divorce. I don't know what happened. He just came here, and the kids came outside to the garage, and one of them was like, my dad is laying on the floor with blood, and so we were confused. My cousin ran inside to see.
Okay. Listen, I have help on the way, okay? Did you see, both of them are shot? You saw that?
I went inside. I see both of them laying with blood. I see a pistol and one of the blood vials.
Okay.
No, they just don't let the kids go inside.
No, I don't want anybody going inside. Where was the pistol when you saw it?
It was in the pile of blood where they were laying.
Okay. Okay, I don't want anybody going in the house because we need to make sure that we take the key part from me, okay, honey? All right, who else there? Who is all there?
It's my mom.
Okay.
My cousin is
Okay, all right. Are they inside the house or in the garage? They're in the kitchen. Okay. Okay. And whoever is there, I need you guys to back up because when they get there, they're gonna need to come in. Okay. So what?
We have to back up.
Yep. I want you all back away from the house. I understand it's very upsetting and you want to see everything, but you need to back away from the home.
Nothing happened. Come on.
When was the last time you saw them both awake?
I don't know when it happened.
Okay, all right. And how old's your dad?
It's not my dad. It's not my dad. It's my mom.
Okay.
It's my mom's. Okay. It's my mom's nephew.
Okay, mom's nephew. Okay.
Yeah.
And how old is he?
I have no idea, but they're both pretty old. Maybe 30.
Are the officers there with you?
Yes, the officers are here.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and let you go then, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
According to investigators, the caller was an 18-year-old relative who had come to the home to help 30-year-old Ketsy Alexis move out. But instead of helping pack boxes or load up belongings, she walked into a nightmare. Before she arrived, something horrifying had already happened inside that house. Earlier that afternoon, the 6-year-old daughter of Ketsy had reportedly come home from school and discovered both of her parents lying motionless inside the residence. After the child contacted family members for help, the 18-year-old relative rushed to the home and made the desperate 911 call heard moments ago. Inside the home on Southwest Ensenada Terrace, investigators found 30-year-old Ketsy Alexis and 31-year-old Jimsley Estime dead on the floor. Police say Jimsley shot Ketsy before turning the gun on himself in what authorities would later describe as an apparent murder-suicide. And heartbreakingly, this wasn't just a husband and wife. They were parents. Parents to a 6-year-old little girl and 2 younger children, only 1 and 2 years old. Both of those were inside the house when the murder-suicide happened. And as I said, the 6-year-old made the horrifying discovery after arriving home from school. Imagine that for a second. A child that age walking into what should be the safest place in the world, only to find both of their parents lying motionless and covered in blood inside the house. Investigators began piecing together the timeline, and they would soon discover this tragedy may have been building for months. Ketsy and Jimsley had been together for around 7 years and were actively going through divorce proceedings at the time of the killings. Police records reportedly show the relationship had become increasingly volatile after Ketsy confronted Jimsley over infidelity connected to his trucking job. Ketsy had told him she wanted a divorce, and according to the police documents, that's when the threats allegedly began. Authorities later uncovered WhatsApp messages reportedly sent before the killings. Some of those messages were written in Creole and later translated for investigators. One message stated, "You know me. You don't know what I can do." Another one said, "I'm not afraid of prison." And sadly, Ketsy had also described a history of domestic violence through the relationship, including incidents dating back to when she was pregnant with their first child. And by January of this year, the situation had escalated enough that investigators reportedly obtained an arrest warrant related to intimidation and threats against Ketsy. Jimsley was arrested, but something that we here at 911 and domestic violence investigators also hear, the case didn't continue forward. Ketsy later signed a non-prosecution affidavit asking prosecutors not to pursue the charges. That might be difficult for some people to understand. People might want to know why victims stay when they do, and why they go back. Why are they trying to work things out? Domestic violence situations are rarely simple. With something like this, I'm not really sure. Maybe it looked like things were calming down. Neighbors in the area described the home as quiet, just another family home in the neighborhood. They didn't know about the years of domestic violence and threats, and they didn't find out about it until it was too late. And tonight, in Port St. Lucie, 3 young children are left living with the aftermath of a tragedy that should have never happened. Lately, I've been more intentional about what I wear day to day, leaning into pieces that feel easy, comfortable, and still put together. It just makes getting dressed simpler. Quince has been my go-to. The fabrics feel elevated, the fits are clean, and everything just works without needing to overthink it. Quince has all the wardrobe staples for spring. Think 100% European linen shorts and shirts from $34. Lightweight, breathable, and comfortable, but still look put together. And clean 100% Pima cotton tees with a softness that has to be felt. Everything is priced 50 to 80% less than what you'd find at similar brands. Quince works directly with ethical factories and cuts out the middlemen, so you're getting premium materials without the markup. It's starting to get pretty warm here in Tennessee, and I've got some of the 100% European linen shorts on the way that I'm sure I'll be wearing all summer. Refresh your everyday with luxury you'll actually use. Head to quince.com/MC911 for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/MC911 for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/MC911.
When you're taking on the tough jobs, gear up with Venom steel gloves and defend your hands from grime, grease, and muck. They're 70% thicker than common disposable gloves with heavy-duty 2-layer nitrile protection, including a black outer layer and a white inner layer that provides chemical and rip resistance. Great for all your painting, plumbing, automotive, and DIY projects.
The jurors sat in a dark room, hands resting on a Ouija board. They weren't guessing. They were asking the victim who killed them. Sounds unbelievable, right? But it happened. And that's just one of thousands of stories waiting for you on Morning Cup of Murder. Hi, I'm Karina Beamisturfer, and every single day on Morning Cup of Murder, I bring you a real, chilling, true crime story connected to that exact day in history. From killer cannibal brothers to the Boy Scout who was obsessed with the occult, and the strange story of the bloody hammer in the frozen cabin. These aren't the cases you've heard 100 times. They're the ones that make you stop and think, how have I never heard this before? With over 2,500 episodes and a brand new story each and every single day, Morning Cup of Murder becomes part of your routine fast. If you like your coffee hot but your bones chilled, then sit back and start your day with a Morning Cup of Murder. Go listen to Morning Cup of Murder wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, stay safe.
September 25th, 2016, in Mercer County, Ohio, just outside the village of Fort Recovery, a man named Daniel Eisen was rushing towards his son's house after receiving disturbing information about a 4-year-old little boy inside. The information had reportedly come after a frantic series of phone calls from his son's Corey, ex-wife. What exactly happened inside the home still wasn't clear, but one thing was, something was terribly wrong with 4-year-old Jackson Baker. And when Daniel arrived at the house, he found the little boy unresponsive. And what followed was a desperate 10-minute 911 call.
911, where is your emergency?
Oh, we got a little boy. He's not breathing. I'm trying to do CPR.
Okay. Okay.
We're out here by St. Anthony. I don't know the address here.
Okay, is this Corey?
Wait.
5098 Raw Road?
Raw Road, yes, please.
Okay. Okay. We're going to get...
Somebody here quick. I'm trying to do CPR. I'm on the phone here.
Okay.
My son's gone crazy. We need somebody here.
Yep, okay. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to get my...
Okay, I'm not hanging up. I'm trying to do it. Corey, settle down.
Okay. Okay, where?
We're in the bathroom.
We're in the bathroom?
Yes, I'm trying to do CPR on him right now. I got the phone in one hand. I'm not getting anything. He's cold to touch. I don't get any response.
What color is that child at this time?
It looks like he fell. He's got kind of purple on his forehead.
He fell?
I don't know. I just got here. My son had called. Like I say, I got the phone in one hand, and I'm trying to use my knuckles and do CPR.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not getting any response from him.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Just stay on the phone with me.
I am getting some noise coming out of his throat.
You hear noise coming out of his throat?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's from me doing the CPR or what. This is in case anybody. This is Don Ice, and I have a heart condition, and I'm doing my best.
Okay, it's all right. Your son's doing CPR?
No, I'm doing it.
You're doing it?
I'm doing the CPR.
Okay. Do you know how to do CPR?
Corey, settle down. Settle down. Quiet. I'm getting some noise coming out of his throat.
Okay, is the child laying flat on his back?
Yes, I got him flat on his back. I got him on a hard floor in the bathroom.
Okay. And you've started chest compressions on him?
Yes, I'm good. Quiet down, Corey. Quiet down. Just stay calm. Stay calm. I know. Stay calm. We got to do the best we can. Stay calm. I don't know what's going on. He was choking on food, they said.
He was choking on food?
If somebody's coming. He was choking on food. I don't see anything in his mouth. I'm going to lay the phone down. Okay?
Okay.
I felt down in his throat. I don't get where I can feel anything. I stuck my finger down his throat, and I'm not getting any choking or anything. I'm still doing compression.
You still don't see anything? And have you pushed air into him yet? Have you done mouth to mouth yet?
I know they said not to do mouth to mouth, in our CPR training. I'm going to try. I'm going to lay the phone down, try. Okay?
Okay.
617 Central.
Okay.
You can show us at knowledge page you need it out.
I'm getting some noise when I get breathing. I'm going back to compression.
Okay. Going back to compression?
Not very good. Stay with me. I'm still getting noise.
You're getting noise in him?
I know it's staying alive. Staying alive.
13 Central. Central for
okay.
474 to 313. I'm in the area also.
Okay, I'm getting noise.
When you breathe when you're breathing into him, do you see his chest rise and fall?
Okay, I just pick it up in here. What?
When you're breathing air into him, do you see his chest rising and falling?
I thought so, yes. I felt it against my body that I was getting some rising when I was doing that.
Oh, okay.
His eyes don't look good. I'm going to go back and try and do another breath.
Okay.
Put the phone down.
Okay. You can put the phone down.
Yes, I'm getting rising out of his chest when I do the breathing. I'm going back to chest compression. No, just stay calm. Stay calm. Keep an eye out for somebody.
Okay.
You're doing fine. Just stay here and let me do my work. Please. You're doing fine. Okay. I'm going back to breathing.
Okay. Just keep doing chest compressions.
Okay, going back to chest compression. I am getting rising when I do the breathing.
Okay.
I'm getting worn out, but I will continue. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes?
Okay. I'm sorry, I got the phone laying down.
No, that's all right.
I'm going down to breathing again.
Okay. Just do two breaths real quick.
Okay, going back to chest compression.
Okay.
I'm getting lightheaded myself, but I'm going to keep going. Talk me through this.
Okay.
I'm going back to chest, breathing.
Give him two breaths. Make sure you tilt his head back and lift up his chin, okay? To make sure that the air gets in there.
Okay, can you hear it?
Yes. Is that noise coming from him?
It sounds like kind of a poof, 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 poof.
Okay.
Please sit here. I don't know what to do anymore.
We have a squad en route. There's people en route to your location.
I got to put the phone back up. I can't hear you. Okay, I got to tuck in my chest compressions. Go ahead.
Okay, you're going back to chest compressions? Okay.
Yes.
1,
2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Going back to breathing.
Okay.
I see some nice lights down the road. 41 Central Show.
Okay, I think I got you on speakerphone. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I do have officers on scene now. Do you hear them? Can you see them?
I don't know. I hear somebody out there. I'm not worried about
Okay.
I'm in the bathroom. I can have it on speakerphone and I can hear you better.
Okay. All right.
Okay, going back to breathing.
Okay.
Going back to chest compression.
Okay.
It farts when I do that.
Yeah.
It farts out of his mouth. I'm going back to chest compression. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Take 30 of them.
9, 10, 11, 12. Going back to breathing.
Okay. Tilt his head back and pinch his nose shut and breathe in.
Yes, yes.
Okay. You still there, sir? You still doing compressions? The officer is now? Okay. Okay.
Let me step around. Come here.
All right, sir.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to go. You did really well, okay?
When deputies and medics arrived at the home, they found 4-year-old Jackson Baker critically injured and unresponsive. Despite rescue efforts, the child was pronounced dead. At first, investigators were given explanations that sounded like some kind of a tragic accident. Corey Eisen, the boyfriend of Jackson's mother, claimed the little boy may have fallen off of a bike He also said he may have had a fall in the shower. But almost immediately, investigators began noticing things that didn't add up. Jackson had extensive visible injuries across his body. Doctors believed the child had been dead for some time before the first responders were called, based partly on his body temperature and condition. As the investigators began piecing together what had happened inside the home, the case rapidly shifted from a possible accident to a homicide investigation. This was not the first time law enforcement and child services had been called to the home. Just weeks earlier, deputies had responded to allegations involving Jackson being abused and restrained. One report said the child had been swung around and thrown towards a table. Mercer County Children's Services was contacted at the time, but no criminal charges were filed. 29-year-old Corey Eischen, Jackson's mother's boyfriend, was the one supposed to be there watching him. He was quickly the primary suspect in the child's death. But Corey was not immediately arrested on homicide charges that night. Instead, he was initially detained on a probation violation tied to a prior domestic violence case, where investigators continued gathering evidence and waiting on the autopsy findings. But while they're at the house and questioning people, investigators say that Corey became combative. He supposedly grabbed a knife and held it to his own throat before deputies deployed a taser to stop him. After that, he was taken into custody. The investigation continued, and the autopsy results painted a really bad picture. The Mercer County coroner ultimately determined Jackson Baker died from multiple blunt force injuries. Authorities officially ruled the death a homicide. A grand jury later indicted Corey Eischen on a long list of charges, including aggravated murder, involuntary manslaughter, felonious assault, child endangering, and domestic violence. Corey eventually entered into a plea agreement. In 2017, he pleaded guilty to murder, child endangering, and domestic violence charges. He was given a sentence of 15 years to life in prison. I'm hoping the life in prison part is achieved. What does it feel like to get hit by a car while biking, be attacked by an alligator, or learn that your spouse hired someone to kill you? If those are the kinds of stories that you find interesting, then What Was That Like is the podcast for you. What Was That Like is filled with real stories about the most surreal experiences of people's lives. On each episode, a guest comes on and tells about the time they found themselves in some type of extreme situation. It could be an animal attack, a plane crash, or winning the showcase on The Price is Right, and more. This show brings you tons of completely surreal, completely true stories, all told through the lens of the person who actually experienced it. A couple of my personal favorite episodes of What Was That Like that you'll want to go and look up right now: Whitney was shot 12 times, and of course, Brandon is a 911 dispatcher. So if you want to hear some unbelievable and inspiring firsthand stories, I invite you to check out What Was That Like. Every story is verified, so you know even the most bizarre tales are someone's reality. Listen to What Was That Like on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or on the app you're using right now.
There was a man in my home, and he took my 5-year-old daughter, and I happened to wake up, and he had my daughter outside, and my husband ran out there and got him from her.
Okay.
But he took my 5-year-old daughter.
All right. So, but you do have your daughter back now.
Yeah, he went and grabbed her, but he's out there somewhere, and my husband went and grabbed him, but he came in my home. My daughter was in the basement and took my daughter out of the basement.
Okay. All right. Was the man white, black, or Hispanic?
Aaron, what color was he? He's white, and he's down the road.
All right. How old did he look to be?
I don't know. I didn't see him. My husband did. Aaron, I need you to go find him.
No, tell your husband to stay there. We're going to get the officers out. I need to know what he looks like so the officers can find him. Can you ask your husband for me about how old he looked to be?
How old, Aaron? 40 to 50.
Okay, and
bald.
He was bald? All right,
yes,
and what color shirt was he wearing?
What color clothes, Aaron? shorts and a t-shirt.
All right, and where is he at now? Down the street, in which direction?
Yeah, he went, we live in a cul-de-sac, and he went south in our cul-de-sac.
All right, I'll get that information out to the officers.
Oh, please
right
hurry.
Now. Okay, and how long ago did this happen?
This just happened. I ran outside. My husband was still carrying her in the house, and I grabbed my phone.
Were weapons involved or mentioned?
No, but he was saying something that he's messed up and someone's going to hurt him or something, but he took my daughter from my house.
Okay, I understand. That's and we're going to get police out there as soon as possible. So how did he leave?
Lainey, did he take you from your bedroom? How did the man come in and take you? He was walking. He didn't have a car that I could see.
Okay. Do you know where he's going?
He said something about he was going to get shot, so he took my daughter. I don't know, but...
All right. And can you ask your husband what color of shirt the man was wearing? I know you said t-shirt and shorts, but...
No, and my husband's gone outside.
Okay.
I don't know how he got in here. We must have fallen asleep with the door unlocked, but for him to come in here and have gotten to my children, they're in the basement.
Are you or anyone else in immediate danger?
No, but I don't know if this person is. He has my daughter.
We're getting police officers out there right now, okay? Does anyone need medical attention?
No, I don't think so. He looks like he's still dressed and everything. Oh, my God.
All right. All right, do not disturb anything at the scene. I guess you're not in contact with your husband, so did he go to try to find the person?
I think he did. When he went out in my car, he wouldn't be on foot. He's not that dumb, but he would go looking for him so he can...
We're going to have an officer dispatched as soon as possible. I need you to call us back immediately, or I'm going to stay on the line with you, okay? I'm not going to let you go. So just give me 1 second while I enter some information for the officers. And your daughter was in the basement, right? And he took her to the front yard?
Yeah, we heard the front door open. I heard her talking, and she's just the sweetest little thing. And I heard her voice, and we ran out. And my husband couldn't really see because he has contacts. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
We just bolted because I heard the screen door, and so we just we both ran. Are you okay, Joey?
All right. Can you tell me what color, make, and model your vehicle is?
Yeah, it's a Ford Escape, brown.
What color is it? Brown?
Yeah, it's like a light brownish tan.
And what is he, white, black, or Hispanic?
I didn't see him at all. My husband said he's white.
No, not your husband. Because I don't want the officers to stop your husband. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? And that's, my husband is also, he's bald with a beard, a short shaved beard. He has on Chicago Bears pajama pants and a zip-up hoodie.
Chicago Bears pajama pants and what kind of hoodie?
Like an orange zip-up hoodie.
All right, and this wasn't someone that you guys knew at all, right?
No.
Okay. All right, well, you just let me know if you see your husband or if you see the man, all right? And we have officers going to get in there as fast as they can.
It looks like I see my car coming back down the road.
Okay.
Yeah, my husband is turning into my driveway now. I see police officer cars. Okay, thank you. They're here.
The officers are there? I'll let you go.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, bye.
When that call came in, the family was in complete shock. You can hear the confusion at first, then the realization of what happened. A stranger had somehow gotten into the house, taken a 5-year-old little girl from her bed, and was carrying her across the yard. The incident happened in Sandy, Utah, around 4:30 in the morning on November 7th, 2014. The suspect, later identified as 48-year-old Troy Mitchell Morley, had entered the family's home while everyone was inside asleep. Police say he walked downstairs into a basement bedroom, woke the little girl up, and somehow convinced her to leave the house with him. But luckily, before he could get away, her stepfather woke up. The stepfather, Aaron Edson, heard movement and voices near the front of the home. At first, it didn't really register with him. It was in the middle of the night, but then he looked outside, and he saw something that's almost impossible to process. A man carrying his 5-year-old stepdaughter away from the house. Aaron ran out and chased after him and confronted Morley near the end of the driveway. What happened next was strangely calm considering the situation. Instead of immediately fighting or running, Morley reportedly began rambling about people chasing him and trying to kill him. He told the stepfather that they would kill him unless the little girl stayed with him. But somehow, Aaron managed to keep the whole thing from turning violent. He actually stayed calm. He talked to Morley, and standing there near the driveway in the dark, he was finally able to take his stepdaughter back from Morley's arms. But then after that, Morley turned and ran through the neighborhood on foot. While on the phone with dispatchers, officers flooded into the area searching for the suspect. At that point, police still had no idea why this had happened. And one of the most disturbing details in the entire case, there appeared to be absolutely no connection between Morley and the family whatsoever. The little girl may have simply been chosen at random. Police were searching the neighborhood and eventually discovered that he hadn't gone far. He entered another nearby home while trying to hide from officers. Police ended up surrounding the house and ordered him outside. He refused. Eventually, a sheriff's canine was sent inside. The dog bit Morley on the shoulder and arm, and officers finally took him into custody. And somehow, despite everything that had happened, the little girl was physically unharmed. And if you think about it, considering how stories like this usually end, it's pretty remarkable. In the days following the kidnapping attempt, prosecutors charged Troy Mitchell Morley with first-degree felony child kidnapping, burglary, and several other related charges. But as the case moved through the court system, another question started surfacing. What exactly was going inside of his mind that morning? Right after his arrest, he started making bizarre statements involving drug cartels, the FBI, and voices supposedly coming from a radio. His attorney initially discussed the possibility of competency evaluations and mental health concerns. At one point, there were serious questions about whether Morley was mentally capable of standing trial. But later on, that focus appeared to kind of shift a bit. His attorney eventually stated that mental illness likely would not become part of the defense, and instead said that drugs may have played a role in the kidnapping attempt. The suspect's father even publicly claimed he believed his son may have been unknowingly drugged before the incident, though investigators never confirmed that claim. No matter the explanation, the whole thing is terrifying. A stranger walking into a family's home, kind of in the middle of the night, walked directly into a child's bedroom and nearly vanished into the night with her. And if this little girl's stepfather hadn't woken up when he did, the whole thing could have ended very differently. Instead, it became something way more rare in a child kidnapping like this. A family getting their little girl back home safely. And that's where we'll leave this one. If you're not already following Music City 911, make sure you do so now so you don't miss next week's episode. And if you want ad-free episodes, bonus content, and some behind-the-scenes type stuff that might not make it into the episodes, you can support the podcast at patreon.com/MusicCity911. You can also find merch, social links, and everything else at MusicCity911.com. And until next time, for Music City 911, I'm Brandon, and y'all have a good one.